it's Old Man Coffee. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Well, as you can see by what's behind me here, I'm at Valorie's here in Las Vegas. And if you watched my last video, this one here, I notified you that her car had been stolen. And so I'm going to bring you up to date on what has happened so far with her car and how it happened and what it took to recover it. So first of all, a little bit of background about where she's living. So watch this video right here.
Well, residents here at Los Pecos Senior Apartments recently started this petition and gathered more than 150 signatures, hoping that it would motivate managers to make a change. But I'm told management gave them the petition right back and told them nothing would be different.
They just don't care. I fear somebody could be horribly hurt, raped, or even killed.
Residents like Michael Bruletic have been struggling with crime at Los Pecos Apartments for months.
Can I help put that up?
Here he is showing me the damage left behind after he says criminals smashed through his friend's sliding glass door and stole her purse on Tuesday afternoon. And over the weekend, dozens of residents woke up to find their tires had been slashed. Bruletic says he and others have complained to management about a lack of security time and time again, but their pleas have fallen on deaf ears.
It's corporate. They hide behind that, so it's just very frustrating. We hope something's going to be done soon.
We first met General Gray last year after a number of cars were intentionally set on fire in the complex's parking lot. Since then, he says, no safety improvements have been made.
This is where criminals come, and there's nothing to deter the criminals.
This 96-page report from Metro Police shows the complex is home to almost weekly crime. Since February of 2021, officers have been called out nearly 380 times for a number of incidents, ranging from burglary to destruction of property.
So that kind of gives you an idea of the complex that she's living in, which is not really secure. But they did hire a security company that patrols the complex here on almost a 24-hour basis. So there's somebody in and out. It's not the only property that they handle. They handle other properties, but they have a patrol car. And in this video right here, you can see the patrol car with his lights on as he's passing the camera. The camera that I purchased for Valorie works on a motion sensor, and it has a little delay. So when the camera recognizes the motion, it's a short time before it actually kicks in and starts videoing. As you can see by this video of a police car going by. It should have picked that up sooner, but it didn't. And they don't record 24/7. I'm not really satisfied with the cameras, so I'm going to replace the camera with cameras that actually film 24/7. So enough about that. Let's get into what happened in the time frame of the car being stolen. So I took the SD card out of the camera, put it in my computer, and looked at all of the clips that were stored on the SD card. And at 12:10, it shows Valorie taking the trash out to the dumpster, and you can see her car off to the right there. Put a circle around it. But that's where the video stops. The video is only 20 seconds long. That's one thing I don't like about this camera. It only records for 20 seconds, and it stops. And then it has to reboot or something. I don't know, because it should have recorded her or saw the motion of her leaving the dumpster and going over to her car. She went to her car and got some items out of the car and brought those into the apartment. But we don't see any of that. And then the next clip is at 1:25. And you can see two cars passing. The camera picked up those cars and the motion there. So I guess the limit on the motion is right there on the driveway, the road right there. But it's strange because the camera didn't pick up the motion of her car backing out of her space right there when they were stealing it. And then the next clip is at 1:28, just 3 minutes later. Now the camera picked up that red car, so the motion detector on the camera picked up that red car, but it didn't pick up her car backing out between 1:25 and 1:28, which is really strange. That's another reason why I don't like these cameras. The motion detecting has a range that's looks like only about 50 feet from where the camera's at. So that's why we're going to go with the 24/7 cameras from now on. And then the next clip is at 1:40 with Valerie walking out looking for her car. And then she came back to notify me she can't find her car. We were both wondering what the heck happened to her car. So that's when we got in the cameras and started looking at these videos. Now here's the lucky part, I guess if there's any lucky part in it. This is the lucky part. The reason that Valerie was going out there at 1:40, she had a hair appointment at 2 o'clock and she was running a little late. Normally she would leave around 1:30 to go to the hair appointment, but she's running a little late. If she had gone out there at 1:30, there's a real good chance that she would have probably confronted the thief taking her car, which would have been pretty bad. And I wasn't watching, I wasn't there. I was actually editing the video of Trooper Thursday at the time. So I guess that was kind of lucky because it could have been a lot worse. So right away she got on the phone and called the police department. She called 311, which is car theft and non-emergencies. And after about 30 minutes on the phone, she finally turned in a report. And that was good. She called her insurance company also and notified them that the car had been stolen. And of course they told her to get a police report, which she was already doing. So about 2:45, she got a call from Metro Police Officer Monahan, and he was actually asking her a few questions about her car, and it was a real short phone call. It didn't last very long at all. About 10 minutes later, he called back and said that he had found her car, and the residence he found her car was at 4601 Shepherd Drive in Las Vegas, of course. And you can see by this map that it's not very far from her residence. And he asked us to come over there. So I drove her over there, and we arrived at the residence, and there was her car. Damaged pretty bad. Here's a video of all the damage to the steering column and the ignition, things like that. Well, when we picked up the car, the damage to the steering column was pretty extensive. They had removed this portion of the steering column that goes in like this. They tore that completely off, and in the process too, they destroyed the ignition portion of it and broke the ignition completely off. So that's going to have to be replaced. And they used vice grips to do that work to the ignition, and guess what? They left the vice grips behind. So they're mine now. But let's take a look at the other side. Here's the other side of that steering column, and you can see how they destroyed the inside, breaking that completely. You don't even need a key to start it because the key portion of it is broke off. You can just use a screwdriver to start the thing. But that's the damage they did to that. But it would still start, and she could still drive it without any problem. But the problem was, you didn't need a key to start it. So, pretty hard to secure the car. It can be secured by locking the doors, but that's about it. Now you're probably asking, well, how did they get in the car if the only damage was to the steering column and the ignition? Well, when Valerie went out to the car to get those items at, what was that, 12:10, she didn't lock the car because she knew she'd be driving out in about an hour, a little over an hour, to go to her hair appointment. So she left it unlocked. So from the time that she left it unlocked at 12:10 to approximately 1:30, the car was stolen. And which is kind of strange because they must have been going through the parking lot checking cars to see if they were unlocked or locked. Now I've gone through all of the videos, little clips, through the whole day and couldn't find anybody going through cars or anybody even walking over in that area where her car was parked. So it just goes to show you, leaving your car unlocked for just a short period of time, anything can happen. So I called Tobin Kia to see if they could repair the damage to the vehicle, and they referred us to their recommended body shop. And this was on a Friday this happened, so they were going to be closed for Saturday and Sunday. But we found out that Valerie could send them photographs and they could give us an approximate estimate of the repair prices and what time, how long it would take to repair it, things like that. So she sent them the photos that she had in her phone of the damage, and they said it'd be about $1,000 to $1,500 to repair the steering column and the ignition, and then reprogram the key, which is very important, so that she can unlock and unlock her vehicle. So I'm recording this video on Sunday, and she's going to take the car over on Monday, and they said it'd be about 2 days. What they're going to do tomorrow is look at everything, find out what parts they have to order the parts, she'll leave a deposit, go by your insurance company, take their police report over, things like that, take care of all of that stuff. And then they'll call her when the parts come in, and then she drops off the car for a couple of days, and they repair it, and she's back on the road. The main thing is that Vegas Metro was on the ball, did their job, did exactly what they're supposed to do, and found the vehicle. When I talked to the officer there at the residence where he picked up the vehicle, he told me that he's like the go-to man in that area when a car is stolen, and he knows where to go look. And it turns out that that residence was known for car theft. So he went straight there, and there it was, sitting right there. They had taken all of her personal items out of the vehicle. Now these are the items that she had stored in the car. That big brown thing is steps for Rambo to get up into the car. He does real well with that. And that's a small little cage that she has there for a dog cage, and some other things, these incidentals. Now, these were all discovered by the officer at the scene when he found the car. They were in the driveway at the residence, so probably no question that they were the ones that took the car. A few things are missing that she's going to turn into her insurance company. One other thing that we found out when we contacted Tobin Kia here in Vegas, there is a software upgrade that Kia has come out with that prevents anyone from actually stealing the car. They can do the damage, but they can't take the car. The software prevents them from stealing the car. And she's going to get that upgrade. And I'm going to get that on mine, of course. I already made an appointment, and it's going to be soon. So that's a good thing. We found out about that software upgrade. We didn't know anything about that before. So it's a good thing that we contacted Tobin Kia. I'm sure the repair shop probably would have told us about that. They also asked if there was any other damage to the vehicle that needed to be repaired. They want to know how they got in, broke a window, pried a door, whatever. And of course she told them, unfortunately, she left it unlocked. So we'll keep you posted. In the meantime, I want to thank you very much for watching the video. If you like it and you learned anything from it, give it a thumbs up. We really would appreciate it. And tell your friends about it. Yeah, pass this along, because anyone that owns a Kia might want to know about that software upgrade if they already don't know about it. It can happen to any Kia. So until next time, this will be Old Man Coffee saying, dream until your dreams come true.